Hi, and welcome back to the 2019 Junior Valley NCAA March Madness Rundown. I'm Grant Musser.
I'm Caden Rupert.
And I'm J Max Hurley. Just about ready to get underway. Sweet 16. We didn't get a video out for the round of 32, but that's just because we're a little busy and it was on a weekend. So,
Yeah.
But we're back with you here for the Sweet 16. I say let's just dive right into it.
Alright.
First matchup, it's interesting. Duke and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech did beat Duke in the regular season, which I never would have guessed. Now, they did not have Zion,
Yeah.
but Duke also is coming off a scare in the round of 32 where they only won by one.
Yeah. I don't think Virginia Tech can do it again. They're a good team, but I think Duke is just going to overwhelm them in this game. I think there's only two teams left still standing that have a chance to knock off Duke. I think that's North Carolina and LSU. And if LSU wins their game and Duke wins their game, they'll meet in the Elite Eight. And I think that might be one of the best games of the whole tournament.
I agree. Grant, what do you think?
Like I said in the first show, not a big Duke fan, but what UCF I think did was they woke a sleeping giant almost. Duke hasn't had Zion back. They've only had him back 3-4 games. I think that, he's been averaging, 28 points or whatever in those 3 games, but I think they really kicked Duke into gear. That scares me. I don't think Virginia Tech has the athletes to stand Dukes, even if they go to the zone. Duke, I could see possibly losing LSU, like Caden said, but otherwise, I think they're running to the championship game now.
Yeah, so it sounds like we're all picking Duke.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, that takes us to LSU and Michigan State. I think it could be a really good game. It depends if LSU shows up or not, because honestly, they're right behind Duke. They are the most talented team,
Absolutely.
athletic-wise.
I think LSU is the most talented team we saw in this tournament this year. And I truly think they have a chance to win this whole thing. And I think they're going to get Michigan State with ease. And they're going to give Duke a fight, and they have a serious chance to win. They have a serious chance to win this tournament.
I agree. I'm with LSU on this one. Grant?
LSU, surprisingly, Michigan State made it past the round of 32. I think their run ends. Are they the last Big Ten team?
I believe.
No, Michigan.
Michigan
Oh,
too.
And
that's right.
Purdue. Michigan
Purdue's
and
still there?
Purdue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good year. 3 teams making it past the round of 32 is a good year for the Big Ten. I don't think they can hope for much more. LSU is a very, very athletic team.
Yeah.
They have talent.
I think they can
I
outrun
think
Michigan State pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't know if they're as talented as Duke, but I think they could be more athletic. Duke has Zion, who's obviously the best athlete in college basketball right now, but otherwise, I think LSU's just pure athleticism can beat Michigan State's big men up and down the floor.
So it looks like we're rolling with the Duke-LSU matchup in the Elite Eight in the East bracket, which I think every bracket I filled out, that's been my matchup because you just can't have those two losing before they meet up.
Yeah.
Those two teams are not to be neglected.
That's right. Going to the West side, we have Gonzaga and Florida State. Florida State's played pretty well, but Gonzaga's really looked like a dominant 1 seed throughout the tournament so far.
Yeah, definitely. They have had some blowout wins, but this Gonzaga team, you can't neglect them now after they won a few games by a large margin, but they really didn't impress me. And obviously, we said before, we saw them lose to St. Mary's in the conference championship, and if they don't show up, this Florida State team can definitely take this game. They have impressed me. They're pretty talented. They're shooting the ball well. And I think this should be a good game. Florida State definitely has a chance. And I think I'm taking Florida State in this one.
Jay, I'm going with Florida State too. You can say Gonzaga won by some blowouts. They played Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah.
That team probably would have got blown out by most of the field.
Yeah.
They did play a good team in the round of 32. Still took care of them pretty well, but this Florida State team has scared me all tournament. Not that I'm scared of them, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They are a good team terrific. They have a terrific big man.
Yeah, they
a
do.
Terrific big man off the bench. They have shooters. This team, I like this Florida State team as well. Gonzaga, they still scare me because they might make the championship here and there, but I just don't see it because most of the time,
Yeah,
they're
even
playing.
though they're 1 seed, they're not the normal Gonzaga team that we're used to either.
Not in the past 2 or 3 years.
I mean, this is a tough one for me. I'm gonna roll with Gonzaga, but both of you guys roll with Florida State, so that's what we'll decide on. But I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a pretty good game, unless, like you guys said, Florida State has seed remaining, which doesn't surprise me. I've been a big fan of Oregon. I will say they are the only team left that I've not watched in the tournament itself. I missed both their games, or both of Oregon's games, but I saw them in the Pac-12 tournament. And they look really good. They've been hot as of late. I'm going with a big upset, number 12 Oregon over Virginia.
All right. What do you think?
I'll go. Oregon is playing extremely well right now. They're coming off the tournament where they were playing tremendous in their Pac-12 tournament. Right now, they're playing tremendous ball, shooting the ball well in the tournament. But this Virginia team, I know they lost 16 seed last year. We talked about this before. Yeah. This Virginia team, I enjoy watching just because of their defense. I think that they have the defense to close out on Oregon shooters, stop that. If Oregon had Bol right now, I'd probably take Oregon because I don't really think there's anyone on Virginia who can match up with them. Maybe, I still don't think. I was going to say maybe Ty Jerome, but no, he wouldn't be able to match up on him. So I think that I'm going to go with Virginia for this game. But Oregon is definitely a team who would pull off this upset and maybe even pull off the next round upset too.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is an easy one for me. I'm going to take Virginia. Oregon's an offensively powered team, and they rely on the 3-ball mostly. And Virginia's defense is definitely at the top of the nation. I mean, it's just stellar. It's so fun to watch, like you said. And I think Virginia is just going to shut down their offense, and they're going to take this game.
All right, so majority has it. We'll take Virginia on that one. Next matchup between number 3 Purdue and number 2 Tennessee. Personally, I think Purdue's the strongest 3 seed left. Tennessee, they had that great showing against Iowa. They had the 25-point lead, but they let Iowa get back in it.
Yep.
Went to overtime. Now they did pull it out rather easily, I believe, in overtime. This is a tough game for me. I'll let you guys go first on your picks.
I'm going Tennessee. Purely because I've been a fan of Tennessee all year. I mean, I'm sort of blinded by it, but I really enjoy watching Admiral Schofield and Grant Williams play together with Jared Bone running the point, taking the ball up and down the floor. I mean, I know they let Iowa get back into it, but it's win and survive right now.
Yeah.
So you gotta. I think they have the athletes to win this game, purely on their athleticism, and I don't think Purdue can match up with it. But
yeah, I mean, both two really good teams, obviously still in the Sweet 16, 2 and 3 seed, and Purdue has some very good big men and some guards, some playmakers that can shoot the ball.
Carson Edwards,
yeah.
I forgot to mention.
And but I love this Tennessee team, and like Grant said, the athletes, Admiral Schofield, Grant Williams, that guard big duo right there. I don't think there's many teams left who can really match up with that, and I think they're making a run, and I got them winning this game, and I think they're going to go pretty far.
I'll have to agree. This bracket here I'm looking at that I have filled out, I do have Tennessee. I've always liked Tennessee. I've liked them since they first, about halfway through the season, I really started following them. So I'll roll with Tennessee there. That would give us a 1-2 matchup with Tennessee and Virginia. That would be an interesting matchup there, and I'm sure we'll get into that one if and when that happens.
Yeah.
So when we get to our last section here, we have North Carolina, Auburn. Grant, are you worried?
I'm extremely worried. This Auburn team.
I would be too.
This Auburn team plays exactly like North Carolina. That's their run, gun, run. And I think that one of the ways to beat North Carolina is to outrun them. Now, I don't know if Auburn can outrun them because it's North Carolina. They run and run and run.
That's what they've done all year.
But what scares me about Auburn is whenever they slow it down, they are extremely low whenever they slow it down too. Like
they're very disciplined.
They're very disciplined when they slow it down. I mean, North Carolina's shown that they can slow it down with some teams, especially in the Duke game. They had to slow it down whenever Duke didn't have Zion. They had to slow it down a little bit. Still going to go with North Carolina, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I love North Carolina. This Auburn team scares me. I believe this is going to be one of the best games of this round.
Yeah. Forgot to wear my North Carolina jersey today, but I'm taking North Carolina. This Auburn team scares the life out of me. Everything's going for them right now. They're on fire. And I think this is going to be a shootout. I don't think we're going to see a lot of defense in this game. It's just going to be two offenses going at each other just to the end.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to the last second, if I'm being honest.
Well, and so Auburn has been on fire, and I mean on fire. They get out quick and they start early, but North Carolina's the same way. So for me, the first 2 minutes of the game is gonna be what decides it. Now I know both teams have the ability to shoot out of a slump early, but if Auburn can jump out early, I think they really do have a chance to pull out the upset. I'd like to see Auburn win because I don't want North Carolina playing Duke.
Yeah.
But I think North Carolina is going to pull it out. But I agree, it's going to be a close one late, and it's going to be maybe the best game of the tournament.
Maybe
if you like
could
offense.
be. I mean, this
you like
Auburn
offense,
team.
yeah.
Auburn handled Kansas. They have some athletes and one of the most well-coached teams that we've seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Auburn just handled them. I think they ended up beating them by 14 points or something.
Yeah.
And I think they had a much larger lead than that for most of the game. So
Auburn plays well as a team, but right now I'm going. Like I said, I'm going with North Carolina. They got it going right now.
Yeah.
Kobe White, he's going off.
Yeah.
Nazir Little, he's found his role on the bench, coming in, scoring 20 points a game. I think we got him.
Yep.
All right. Well, that takes us to the last matchup, 3-2, Houston versus Kentucky. I only watched part of Houston's first round game and just parts of both games for Kentucky.